Alright. So we're gonna carry on from this is AirBehr Chat episode 4.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's been more episodes before this,
right?
So we
but anyways,
episode 4 with context.
Right, about the scene, like Japanese scene, about the 500k anything. So you guys must have remember WoW, the Oni player in 2012.
Yeah.
So he actually quit the game, like you guys probably heard, because he did not like the new system, the late wake up, and it killed Oni. So he been playing casually with Evil Ryu, and he thinks just like Evil Ryu is just, why would I use this character? You know, that kind of attitude. And then with the 500k announced, he has been playing actively again and has been switched back to Oni.
Really? Wait, because of what? Because of the 500k? Because of the money, okay.
Why did he switch back to Oni when he was so against with the nerf and how bad he is now? Then maybe he thought of some new techs or something, right? And then someone we haven't seen for a long time, Kindavu, one of the best players we've known in the FGC, and you haven't really seen him anywhere, and you probably see him here and there in those tournaments, but he's using like Geef. He thinks Geef is like one of the best in the game. He's like, oh my god, this character is so good. And he's a very he's addicted to like mobile games.
Wow.
So that's
like
all.
Like Clash of Clans player or something.
That's all
does
he
he play Street Fighter Volts or edition?
Probably, but that's
the best in the
apparently
world.
that's all he plays. That's why you don't see him in Street Fighter. But with that 500k announced, he is back in the scene right now. But nobody knows what he's meaning. But he's ready for Evo and 500k.
Man, this money is bringing so many players
honestly,
back.
Like,
and just
that Capcom Cup weekend, every single person, every normal like non-tournament player that I told was like, oh yeah, and then they know it's 500 grand. They were like, shut up, I'm gonna start playing.
Yeah, I heard a lot of Marvel players too,
that.
right? A lot of Marvel players like, yo, fuck this, I'm not gonna play Marvel anymore. I'm gonna get into like Street Fighter right now. You know?
Yeah.
I think it's good. Yeah, it's great for the casual scene, especially the spectators, knowing that there's so much on the line. We're finally slowly getting on the MLG kind of prize money level with like League of Legends and stuff is
esports.
Yeah, and the esports exactly, and it's I think it's really good for the casual viewer too, and just for the whole scene in general. I think it's gonna pay off for Capcom.
So I've been asking them a lot of like players that I missed. Well, I don't remember every single one I asked, but these are the ones that you guys are also familiar with. And last but not least, EO.
I haven't seen EO since like vanilla.
Oh yes,
the one who won the first national in Japan. He beat everyone, all the bad matchups.
Was he in the GameStop tournament?
Yeah. They flew him out because he won, and then they were like, oh wait, but Daigo didn't win, let's get him into...
But he's number 1 in BP, Daigo.
Oh yeah.
That's why they also flew him out.
Yeah.
But EO, he was beating all these bad matches like Viper, Rufus. It was impossible, but he won.
Yeah.
He was my favorite player back then.
Wow. Yeah, that guy
so I was like, hey, so what about him? I know he quit for a long time. And they're like, sorry, he's not going to come out. I was like, why? He stopped gaming? He's too busy? They're like, no. He was like, he thinks this game is ass. The update, it's been so... Like, it's been the same. It's just updates and updates and updates, and EO hates it. Like, he wants like a new game. So Street Fighter 5, we'll definitely see him.
Oh wow. Yeah.
That's all I have.
No, that makes sense.
I'll be looking forward to seeing those guys. Yeah.
I mean, it's good to see a lot of players come back, but
I mean, dude, I'm playing more now than I was before. You know, it's like, well, you gotta.
500k. Well,
you never know. I mean, it's like it's not like you're starting from scratch.
Exactly. Maybe one day you just want to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
One
day it's just one day
I'm the best actually.
Yeah, it turns out I've been the best all along.
I'm the best.
But you would never know unless you actually are putting the time in, and then one day, who knows? You have that one revelation or epiphany, and now all of a sudden your performance just goes straight to the top.
Yeah,
it's possible. I mean, dude, like. You look at some of the people who have been good at fighting games over the years, and sometimes you think, well, these guys are smarter than this guy. Like, how is this guy doing better than me? So
yeah.
I mean, you don't need to be a rocket scientist. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to be good at this game. Is all.
He's like keeping it real right
it's
now.
True, man. It's true. Like, what does this guy know that I don't know?
Yeah, it's crazy. One player I wanted to ask you about is since you speak to a lot of Japanese players, is Nemo like 100% going for the 500K right now, or?
Oh, I didn't know if he's 100%, but I think he is coming to EVO.
Okay,
Not
but
sure
so
about-
he is playing, like I know he's been playing Ultra a lot and he's been high in the BP rankings, but I'm not too sure because I know the dude works like a full-time job.
Yeah,
He's got like a family and everything. I'm curious to know if he is actually throwing in all the cards.
I actually didn't question about him because I know he's been playing very actively, but I don't know his. Okay, so what happened is like, you know, EVO might be 4 days instead of 3 days right now.
Yes.
So the Japanese was kind of complaining about that because they were like, okay, you know how strict it is to take days off and everything in Japan. It's really hard.
Well, I saw the tweet shortly after that said, "Oh, we're not thinking about for this year. We're thinking about that for next year."
Oh, I see. So they're really.
But next year, the stakes might be even higher for EVO. Oh, yes. But I mean, this is where this is pride economics versus real life dollars and cents economics because. They're upset because they can't. It's hard enough to take 1 day off, much less 2 days or maybe even 3 days, depending on when they have to leave, right?
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, there's definitely a couple of players who aren't worried about their day jobs. You know, I mean, what? Daigo's still punching the clock? No, Daigo punches the clock at Taito Station. You know, that's his job.
Yeah.
But it's like, this is where, you know, maybe you were playing for Pride before, and you got your day job, but now that you can't go to the tournaments or you can't go to, I mean, even if you went to EVO, that would only get you a guaranteed spot. It wouldn't actually win you all the money.
Right.
If anything, it's not even compared to winning the 500 grand at Capcom Cup. The EVO prize money is not going to be anywhere near that.
Right.
Especially now because they can forget about Capcom and Sony putting any prize money into EVO.
Yeah.
Aside from maybe whatever, like a token, like here's like 5 grand, 10 grand. Or who knows, I could be totally wrong. But why would you put any more money into somebody else's tournament when you just have it as your own?
Smart of Capcom. They essentially did what like Riot Games did with League of Legends. It's kind of like, we're going to make our own kind of pro circuit with this. Although they didn't like dominate everything, but they kind of implemented their own circuit into every other tournament, which is really, really
arguably
smart.
More effective and efficient.
Yeah, exactly. Because a lot of the community for League of Legends was very upset about their change. But let's talk real quick about EVO being 4 days. Are you guys a fan of this, or?
Dude, you should make EVO 2 weekends. Like I'll be there both weekends. Yeah, dude, I'll clear my schedule, man. I don't know about you,
I'll be there.
Yeah, don't worry about me.
2 weeks, Ryan's there playing some Street Fighter.
Dude, is this like a? I mean, that's kind of what separates people, right? Is this a hobby, a career, a passion, or is this what you live for? You know, like there's so much other stuff going on in July that you could go to instead of EVO, or that I would love to go to instead of EVO, but like I can't, and I'm fine with that because it's like this is, I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Yeah, Gutex showing his love for Revolution,
passion,
dude. Like you just have to, if you take it seriously, if you love it, if you live for it, man, like. Why would you not be there? You got 365 days to save for it, man. Come on.
Oh yeah,
I hate that when people. I mean, maybe it's different because like, since I live in Los Angeles, like it's close, whatever.
Yeah.
But man, like
talking about the last second donation drives, right?
I know where you're going.
I mean, it's just like, dude, like, what do you mean you can't afford it? Like. You got so much time. It's in July every year.
Save $10 a day.
Do you love it?
You can do it.
Do you love it, or do you just say that you like it? You know, because like we all make time for the things that we live for. You know, like you make time to eat, take a shit, and go to and sleep every day. Make some time to make some money and get your ass to EVO, guys. Come on.
We're comparing eating, sleeping, and shitting to EVO. That's how dedicated. Dude, that's how dedicated this man is.
Dude, this will. I mean, assuming I don't get hit by a fucking car or die or wake up dead one day, but like, this would be EVO number 12.
Wow.
Yeah, man. they could have it on the moon. I would still go.
Now, have you been going like right before it was called Battle by the Bay, or did you?
No, the first Evo I went to was Evo 2003 because I happened to be, I was going to college and my friends that I was playing with were like, hey, this one guy was like, oh yeah, there's a really big Street Fighter tournament on campus because I was there for summer school. And he's like, you should go. And I was like, oh, whatever, I guess I'll check it out. And I walked in, it was fucking Evo 2003. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing.
Damn, you didn't even know.
I had no idea. I didn't know what it was.
That's awesome.
I just walked in, and the first thing I saw was J.R. Rodriguez, the Third Strike Akuma player.
Yeah.
With like 25, 30 wins in a row. I was like, just doing Raging Demon on full, like left and right. I was like, this is, I'd never seen so many people to play Street Fighter in one place.
Yeah.
Like, this was like,
It's
this
the
was
dream
crazy,
come true
man.
for
Yeah.
fighting game player.
I was like, wow, this is incredible.
But alright, hold that thought, guys. We're going to close out this episode. And right after this, we'll talk about one more topic. And that will be it for AirBehr Chats with our special guest, Gutex.